The clock finally reached 9 a.m., which meant Nurse Penny was officially 30 minutes late. I pulled my mind out of clock watch, wondering if anyone was going to check on me today, when I was greeted by the sounds of a man yelling down the hallway.
"I don't need a wheelchair. I know how to walk. Who is this kibitzer anyways?"
the male voice yelled. He had a distinct accent. East Coast, New York maybe? "Relax, Dad. This is the manager, Mr. Wilson, and the charge nurse, Miss Penny. You're going to be staying here for a while, and Mr. Wilson and his staff will take good care of you," answered a female voice that I didn't recognize.
"Oi, Faye, my own daughter is putting me away like an old shoe. Why don't you just leave me alone at home and let me grow old and die like an honest Jew?"
"Dad, you're not well. We've talked about this. Your dementia is getting worse. You need constant supervision to keep you safe."
"Dementia? What dementia? I don't even know what that means. Ouch! Watch it, you smuck! That's my foot you crashed into the doorframe. Who taught you how to drive this thing?"
"Sorry, Mr. Felsher," a nasally voice replied. "If you could just keep your feet on the wheelchair footrest, that would be helpful."
Oh, great, I thought, recognizing the nasally voice and the stale cigarette smell of Mr. Wilson, the cheapskate manager of Restwood Suites. Luckily, the smell of peppermint, which was Nurse Penny, and 2 new smells of baked bread and aftershave covered the scent of Mr. Wilson as they entered my room.
"Oi, my foot hasn't been smashed that bad since Buddy Rich dropped a bass drum on it back in '63. May the man rest in peace. You know, he died earlier this year. Brain tumor, they said. Maybe I have a brain tumor. Maybe it's causing this dementia you claim I have."
"Dad, you don't have a brain tumor. They checked for that already. Remember, we've talked about this a dozen times. It's not safe for you to stay by yourself anymore. Like last week, we found you in nothing but your bathrobe, playing saxophone in the middle of an intersection. You thought you were with Stan Getz playing at the Savoy." Still out of my line of sight, I heard the grumpy Mr. Felsher harumph.
"That's crazy, Talia. I never played with Stan at the Savoy, but I did play with Charlie Yardwood there. We played until 4 a.m. Speaking of which, where is Betty? Don't tell me I can't bring Betty with me into this prison."
"Who's Betty?" Nurse Penny asked, puzzled. "It's his saxophone," answered Talia. "Dad, we are going to bring your sax after you get situated. Mr. Wilson said you can play it during rec hours each day."
"Yes,"
answered Mr. Wilson.
"I'm sure the other residents of Restwood Suites would love to hear you play in the rec hall. It's not often we get live entertainment."
I heard scuffling noises, and Mr. Felsher, who I assumed was the one who smelled like aftershave, gave a grunt and grumbled under his breath in a language I didn't recognize.
"Here, let me help you up, Mr. Felsher,"
Mr. Wilson offered.
I heard a quick slap of a hand. "Get your hands off me, you klutz. I can get up myself."
After a few prolonged grunts, Mr. Felsher seemed to give up with a sigh.
"Oi, my back is stiffer than Benny Goodman in a tuxedo. Maybe if the beautiful Nurse Penny would be willing to help me and lend a hand, that would be okay. I could never turn down help from such a charming woman," Mr. Felsher said in a friendly voice.
"Dad," Talia chastised through clenched teeth.
"What? I'm just complimenting a beautiful woman. Every woman deserves to be complimented. Since when did that become illegal?"
I heard Nurse Penny giggle softly, her peppermint aroma filling the air. "I would be happy to help you, Mr. Felsher," Nurse Penny replied. It sounded like Mr. Felsher was helped to his bed, and a few seconds later, Nurse Penny came into my view to check my vitals. "Oh, good morning, Aaron," she spoke to me softly, as the rest of the intruders continued talking to each other. "You're going to have a new roommate. Oh, won't that be nice, don't you know?" Nurse Penny smiled, creating big dimples in her plump, rosy red cheeks. I estimated she was in her late 50s, since she was always telling me about her 2 grandbabies, and the fact that she continually dyed her graying hair a bright blonde color. When I first came to Restwood Suites, it took me a while to get used to her Wisconsin accent, but after a few months of all the O's and the don't you knows, it started to grow on me. I hoped Mr. Felsher's accent would grow on me as well, but I had little hope. "Leaving me already, I see," Mr. Felsher cried. "Dad, I've got to go to work now," Talia answered. I heard the faint sound of a kiss on a cheek. "I'll come back to visit in a few weeks and bring the kids with me. We're going to see Richard in South Carolina before school starts again." "How are you and Richard?" Mr. Felsher asked, his tone changing to a soft and caring voice. Talia was quiet for a few seconds and ignored the question. "Love you, Dad, and behave yourself." Mr. Felsher sighed.
"Oi, you sound like my mother. Who's the parent here?"
"Goodbye, Dad."
"Goodbye, child. Be good. And I still love you, even though you've locked me up like a puppy at the pound."